in a world where cinema reigns supreme. Join us on an epic journey through the silver screen. Welcome to What's New with Stu, a movie review, with your host Dave Stewart, a video podcast where every frame tells a story. Get ready for insights, laughs, and film debates. From blockbusters to hidden gems, we've got it all covered. Lights, camera, action. It's time for What's New with Stu, a movie review. And now your host, David F. Stewart.
No respect. I got no respect at all. When I was born, my old man wasn't happy. He said he wanted a boy.
Yeah, kid, park my car, get my bags, and put on some weight, will you? Hey, Wang, what's with the pictures? It's a parking lot. Come on, will you? I think this place is restricted, Wang, so don't tell me you're Jewish. Okay, fine. Hey, kid, I'm Al Chervik. I'm playing with Drew Scott today. This is my guest, Mr. Wang. No offense. Oh, can you have a half of those Vulcan D10s and set my friend up here with the whole schmear? You know, clubs, bags, shoes, gloves, shirt, pants. Hey, orange balls. I'll have a box of those. Give me a box of those naked lady tees, and give me 2 of those. Give me 6 of those. Oh, this is the worst looking hat I ever saw. Well, you buy a hat like this, I'll bet you get a free bowl of soup, huh? Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Immortal words of the late, great Benny Hill. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, all. Welcome to another episode of What's New with Stu, a movie review. I'm your host, Dave Stewart. And in this episode, we're going to talk about one of my favorite comedians of all time and his impact on the motion picture industry. Really we're going to just focus on 3 movies. Some of the other ones weren't that great, but still, in 3 movies he made in 6 years, it was a huge impact on the industry, and that's Rodney Dangerfield.
What, are we waiting for these guys? Hey, Whitey, where's your hat? Let's go while we're young.
You mind, sir, trying to tee off?
I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slice. Damn!
Okay, you can owe me.
I owe you nothing!
I love Rodney Dangerfield. I think he's one of the funniest stand-up comedians of all time. And before I get into his movies, I just want to give a little backdrop about Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney, who was born, I think, Jacob Cohen was his real name, was doing stand-up really from the 50s and 60s, I believe. Even the 70s, obviously, became really popular doing the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and whatnot. But he was kind of a late developer. I believe he was even in his late 40s or 50s when he became really a superstar doing stand-up. His No Respect album in 1980 won him a Grammy.
I tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape, you know? I don't get no respect from anyone. Well, last week my house was on fire. My wife told the kids, be quiet, you wake up Daddy.
He became a superstar in film, and it really all started with his stand-up routine. And of course, the thing about Dangerfield that was so different than most comedians was that is the way he delivered the lines. He was kind of a one-line comedian. He's the only person I really could think that compares to him with the one-line success was Henny Youngman.
A lot of people say, how do you stay married for 41 years? Here's the secret. My wife and I go to a romantic restaurant twice a week. A little candlelight, a little wine. She goes Tuesdays, I go Fridays.
Another thing that separated Dangerfield from really all comedians was kind of that self-depreciating humor that he had. The whole idea that he had no respect.
I mean, that's the story of my life, no respect. I don't get no respect at all. Are you kidding?
You know, that basically life was just a tough thing he had to battle through every day, and no one took him seriously.
Well, when I was born, after the doctor cut the cord, he hung himself. And my old man, he didn't like my looks either. But he carried around a picture of the kid who came with the wallet. Oh, you kid, I know I'm ugly. Halloween, I open the front door, kids give me candy.
And that really attracted a lot of people towards his kind of brand of humor, and eventually, of course, into his movies. And then in 1980, they made the movie Caddyshack, directed by Harold Ramis, starring Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Ted Knight, and of course, Rodney Dangerfield.
Could you scare up another round for our table over here and tell the cook this is low-grade dog food, all right?
Dog food? I saw his dog food!
Jeez, I had better food at the ball game, you know? I'll tell you, this steak still has marks where the jockey was hitting. Oh, somebody stepping a duck?
And he was superb. I mean, all the comedians that were great, Chase, Murray, and Knight. But when I think of Caddyshack, which of course is considered by many to be the greatest golf movie ever made, I think about Dangerfield and the incredible scenes that he had.
Hey, waiter, here, this is for you, all right? Oh, Captain Hook. How about the grand you owe me, huh? Forget about it, I'm just kidding, all right? Oh, this your wife, huh? Oh, a lovely lady. Hey, baby, you're all right. You must have been something before electricity, huh? Okay. Hey, doll, how are you, huh? You live alone? Hey, Rabbi, nice seeing you. Okay, you're all right. Folks, how are you, huh? Oh, this your grandson, huh? Oh, wonderful boy. Nice boy, all right. He's a good boy, okay. And now I know why tigers eat their young, you know?
Now, Caddyshack, of course, was a huge hit. Again, anybody that goes golfing, you can't help but think of the lines that pop into your movie, whether you're playing golf or just watching other people play golf. It's just become that kind of film. And Dangerfield, 3 years later, made the movie Easy Money. That was the first film where he was the star by himself.
I'm gonna get a real good picture now, okay?
Look at him. He's got my eyes.
Got my nose.
And my sympathy. All right.
We want some wallet-sized pictures, too.
This kid won't fit no wallet size.
Make them good pictures. My wife's very particular.
And what about you, John? He's very particular, too.
Surprised you married each other.
Now, it also, Joe Pesci was also with him as a supporting role. But this was, Dangerfield's first big film where he was the lead.
I'll tell you, my friend here, he's looking for a shirt.
You have any men's shirts for men?
Have you tried the Army-Navy store?
Oh, very funny, huh? One more word out of you and he gets it, all right? Come on. Why don't you two put your heads together and make an ass out of yourselves, huh?
The thing about Dangerfield, ironically, was in his films that a lot of times he played kind of against the stand-up persona that he was known for, because he had respect in his movies, especially 2 of the 3 movies, or even a few of the movies he made, where he was wealthy, things were going his way. I mean, even in Easy Money, where he's not rich, you just sensed that he had friends, he was funny, people liked him.
Hey, so what'd you tell her tonight?
Right? I told her her perfume is driving me crazy. Then, I told her I married Rose to get to her. My mother-in-law. For years, I wouldn't kiss her face. I ended up kissing her ass.
But even in these roles, even when he played someone wealthy in his films, you could sense that he was still the outsider looking in.
What do you say we bust up this joint, huh? Yeah. Hey, you two should get a room, Hey, Ringo, play something hot, will you? And you guys, take some more lessons. Hey, Judge, give someone else a chance, huh? You lucky devil. Come here, honey. Hey, loosen up, will you? You're a lot of woman, you know that? Hey, you want to make $14 the hard way?
Even when he had money and he was rich, they felt like this is someone you could have a beer with and hang out. He just happened to have a lot of money. Now, Easy Money was a huge hit in 1983 when it came out. The whole idea, of course, was that his mother-in-law did not approve of him, and she ends up faking her death. He doesn't know that at first. And she says in her will that if you give up smoking, drinking, lose weight, don't fool around. You do that for a year, you'll get $1 million. So he's a photographer, which makes me laugh, being my background in video, because I could relate to some of the scenes when he's trying to take pictures of people.
Here we go, Anthony, will you?
I want you to
Be quiet, too, okay? Anthony, be quiet, will you? Just stay still, will you? Talk to me, somebody. Quiet, will you? Blanche! John, Grandma, talk to me, will you? Stay quiet, will you? Somebody, will you shut the fat little bastard up?
But the whole idea that he basically is stressing out for a year while he's got to not do these vices anymore so he can win money, which is the whole point of the film, is very, very funny in a lot of moments.
I needed you two to move in next door, huh? I'm nervous enough this morning. Are you kidding?
Hey, nervous? Maybe you need a little smoke, a little tootsarootski, a little ups, little downs, a little something. I got anything you need.
Hey, what are you talking to me about drugs for? I got my daughter here. She's 12 years old.
Hey, look, you got a connection in the family already. Stick with it. Hey, but look, just this once, I'll tell you what, my friend. Let me be Santa Claus, okay? There's 1, there's 2, it's from me to you. We'll take a hike. Come on, Poochie.
Dangerfield, 3 years later, would make his biggest film yet, Back to School, 1986. And this was a huge success for him. He had a different look. His hair was blonder, combed it a little differently. Again, like the Caddyshack character, Thornton Mellon, as he would play. You're a melon! He's a character who's rich. He sells tall and fat.
Hi there. Are you a large person, pleasantly plump, a little on the hefty side perhaps? Well, let's face it. Are you fat? When you go jogging, do you leave potholes? When you make love, do you have to give directions? At the zoo, do elephants throw you peanuts? Do you look at a menu and say, okay? Well, now you can eat all you want, because at Thornton Mellon's tall and fat stores, we've got you covered.
He's in an unhappy marriage.
I'm an earth sign, she's a water sign. Together we made mud.
He figures his wife has kind of kept him from seeing his son that he had from previous marriage, and he wants to make it up to the son. He goes, I'm going to go visit my son. And when he gets there, he decides, he never had an education. And his father said, supposedly in his deathbed, get an education.
You wish to enter this widely esteemed Grand Lakes University of ours as a freshman?
That's right, Dean Martin.
So he decides to go back to school with his son, and that's the premise of this movie.
Tell you what, charge it to me too, okay? Here, pick a card. And I'll tell you, I'm taking 4 of those school sweaters, a bunch of pennants, some of those beer mugs, a few of these fuzzballs you cheer with, and... Hey, folks, it's on me. Shakespeare for everyone, okay? You too, honey. Ooh, I'd like to tame your shrew.
This movie has a lot of big laughs in it, especially there's a scene with Sam Kinison, the comedian, who Rodney really helped become a famous star, and I'll get to that in a minute, who is very, very funny in a role as one of his teachers.
Now, can someone tell me why in 1975 we pulled our troops out of Vietnam?
The failure of Vietnamization to win popular support caused an ongoing erosion of confidence in the various American but illegal Saigon regimes.
Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that. I wish I could, but I was there. I wasn't here in a classroom, hoping I was right, thinking about it. I was up to my knees in rice paddies with guns, and then we're going up against Charlie, slugging it out with him, while pussies like you were back here partying, putting headbands on, doing drugs, listening to my goddamn Beatle albums.
Hey, Professor, take it easy, will you? I mean, these kids, they were in grade school at the time. And me, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
Of course, a lot of great lines in this film.
Actually, I'd like to join you, but I have class tonight.
How about tomorrow night?
I have class then, too.
I'll tell you what, then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
I love Klimt, don't you? Mr. Mellon, your wife was just showing us her Klimt.
You too, huh? She's showing it to everybody.
Well, she's very proud of it.
I'm proud of mine, too. I don't go waving around at parties, though. To all you graduates, as you go out into the world, my advice to you is, don't go. It's rough out there. Move back with your parents. Let them worry about it.
Every time I go to a pool and I see the diving boards, especially the ones that are high, I think, of course, of his famous triple Lindy jump that he does in the film. So Back to School has got a lot of great moments in it and a very, very funny movie. One of the things about Dangerfield, just as a side note, I mentioned about Kinison being in Back to School, was he had opened up Dangerfield's, a comedy place. I think it actually even 69 it might have been, around for a long time. And I remember it must have been the early 80s, maybe 83, 84, that he started annually. Every year we'd have these young and upcoming comedians. Look at this lineup. You got Jerry Seinfeld, Jim Carrey, Tim Allen, Andrew Dice Clay, Sam Kinison, Roseanne, Jeff Foxworthy. Some of the biggest names in show business. I mean, Seinfeld and Carrey, who loved Dangerfield. He used to open up for Dangerfield when Dangerfield would tour, and they got to be very close. And Jim Carrey says, if it wasn't for Rodney Dangerfield, I wouldn't be where I am now. So he had a huge influence on a lot of young comedians. It was very helpful. Sam Kinison, he was going to quit the business, and Rodney said, just do this show. Just do this, and if you're not happy, you could quit. Well, he does the show.
But Michael, if you ever think about getting married, if you ever think you've met the right woman, you want to settle down, change your life, will you do me a favor, Mike? Remember this face. Because if you get married, Mike, that's going to be your fucking face every day.
Everybody was talking about Kinnison on this show. Who was that guy last night? And of course, it's now one of the most famous clips in the history of the young comedian shows. And then, of course, Dangerfield put him in Back to School.
You remember that thing we had about 30 years ago called that Korean conflict? How come we didn't cross the 38th parallel and push those rice eaters back to the Great Wall of China and take the brick and nuke them back into the fucking Stone Age River? How come? Tell me why? Say it! Say it!
Because Truman was too much of a pussy wimp to let MacArthur go in there and blow out those commie bastards.
Good answer. Good answer.
I think the success of Rodney Dangerfield stems from a couple of things. First of all, he wrote his own material.
I tell my wife I can never relax, you know. I told her our kid is spoiled. She told me a lot of kids smell that way.
The idea that we don't get respect in life is a universal theme. Because you can even have money, you can be wealthy, and still not get respect from people. You can be the wealthiest guy, and your wife could be yelling at you, and yet here you are in the outside world, you're a famous person, and you come home and you're just a schmuck. So I think this whole idea of, hey, what do I got to do to get respect around here is just a theme that we all can relate to, and I think that's one of the reasons why Dangerfield was so popular. Now, he did other films. He did Ladybugs, about a man coaching a girl soccer team. Meet Wally Sparks, about satire, about the talk show industry. They weren't really great films. Dangerfield has good moments, but not the film. And he was also, one of my favorite roles, a small role, but he plays Satan's father, the original Satan, in Adam Sandler's movie Little Nicky.
What's with all those hoo-hoo noises?
Everything's fine, Pop.
Everything's fine. Who you bullshitting? The last time you said everything was fine, the Renaissance happened.
Please, Pop. Go back to your room.
Hey, can I take him with me?
Sure, Pop. Whatever you want. Tithead, go with my father.
But the thing about Rodney Dangerfield is, like the Marx Brothers, even Laurel and Hardy, and a lot of famous comedians, is the movies were never as good as they were. They were better, including Caddyshack. Caddyshack is a classic movie for a lot of reasons. Dangerfield and the other three, I love the golf scenes, but they're the reason why Caddyshack is such a classic movie. And the reason you watch Caddyshack or Easy Money or Back to School is because you're watching Rodney. He's the star. He's the reason.
Shake it up, baby! Twist and shout. Come on, come on, come on, baby.
It really doesn't matter what happens with the plot. He is better than the material, and ultimately, that's where the movie is going to pass or fail based on his performance. But again, go see Caddyshack, go see Easy Money, and go see Back to School if you haven't. It made him one of the biggest movie stars in the world at the time. And of course, go watch his video clips on YouTube, his stand-up performances. Love Rodney Dangerfield.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
And in the immortal words of the late, great Benny Hill, good evening, folks. Good evening, viewers. We'll see you next time, and we'll see you at the movies.